Hey, everybody. Welcome to the January 2026 edition of a Ducking Wrestling Podcast. Always here is Art, your big dog daddy. Want to give you all a quick intro while we get everything set up. Let y'all know we are watching John Cena's last match from December, just a month ago, but it already seems like forever. So y'all sit back. I'm going to jump over and meet up with Lathan online. Plus, I got to go gear up. Wait and see what jersey we got going on. See y'all on the other side.
Previously on a Ducking Wrestling Podcast.
Raven rule.
I don't think that was his name, but alright.
Have a good night! It's a nice day, it's a nice day. In the 90s, that was a nice day.
What's up, Duckers? Welcome to the January edition of a Ducking Wrestling Podcast. Here always, the big dog daddy, holding the phone, holding it down, guiding the ship, always for you, for everybody out there. Of course, with me, as always, is that man. He is the Kunta to my Kinte. He is the Nesquik to my whole milk. He is my best friend. He is my brother, Lathan. How it be, sir?
Everything is everything. All right. How's it going, brother?
It is going great, man. It is going great. We made it through the holidays. We are in January. We survived the onslaught as dads. That is the holiday season. Lathan, did y'all have a good Christmas? Did y'all have a good New Year?
Oh, it was beautiful, man. Like, it was everything it needed to be. Needless to say, on my end, on a personal level, I was socially tapped out by December 18th and need to keep on going. And Christmas, the best gift I gave myself was the gift of peace and silence. I literally did, like, it was beautiful. All right, I went to go see my grandma on Christmas Eve, like we traditionally do. Got to see the growth of my family and expansion pack, and got some good food. And I got back on the road, and I brought my ass back to Austin. And by 12 o'clock, I sent my obligatory text messages and put my phone on airplane mode and took a glorious nap.
Oh, man.
So, yeah.
That sounds glorious.
Oh, like, it was.
Beyond glorious. Yeah, for the first time ever, I embraced my Italian Sicilian heritage, and on Christmas Eve I did the Feast of the Seven Fishes, which was so exhausting. I mean, we did the seafood salad I cooked shrimp, I cooked calamari, I cooked lobster, put it all into a seafood salad that essentially is just that with a couple of veggies, butter, and olive oil. Phenomenal. I mean, delicious. And I mean, not that unhealthy. Then I proceeded to do some fried fish. I did some fried shrimp. The tentacles of the calamari, I fried them bitches. Like, dude. It was so good. But kind of the same thing, man. By like 10 o'clock Christmas Eve, I'm tapping out. I'm tapping out. And then my wife goes, what? Well, let's go drive around the neighborhood and look at Christmas lights.
You can drive around the
neighborhood. So, nope, I did what a good dad does, man. I loaded the kids up into their pajamas and everything, and we cruised and looked at Christmas lights. I came home and went right to bed and waited for old Saint Nick to come in and holla at me, and that was the end of it. But
oh, man.
Great time, guys. Hope everybody had a great holiday season, whether it was Christmas or Hanukkah. Hope everybody had a great time. Hope everything went great for y'all. But We are now in January. We are on the road to WrestleMania, which is my favorite time of year. 'Tis the season for the Royal Rumble. But we had something go down in December that we just didn't get around to discussing. We had John Cena's final match on December 13th at Saturday night's main event against Gunther. So, in honor of that, we're gonna do a watch along for that match. We are gonna talk about John Cena and kind of what he means to the wrestling industry in itself, and whether you loved him, hated him, or were tired of him. You knew when John Cena showed up, and it mattered. So, Lathan, let's talk a little bit about John Cena. He had that amazing ruthless aggression debut, which I feel like he coined that term, ruthless aggression, with Kurt Angle in the ring, open challenge. Dude comes out in matching trunks, boots, and elbow pads. Nobody knows who the hell he is. Kurt Angle says, "What do you have that separates you from the rest?" And then he proceeds
Ruthless aggression.
and then
In the most
smack
hardest,
that,
uncomfortable way I've ever heard it being said.
and then smack the absolute dog shit out of an Olympic gold medalist. So,
Man, that was
Lathan,
definitely a potato.
yeah. Lathan, what are your memories and stuff of the man John Cena on his initial debut and those first few months, man?
Oh man, let me tell you, seeing John Felix Anthony Cena of Westbury, Massachusetts, for the first time on my TV. Going back looking at it, I was like, man, this dude is like, he's kind of cookie cutter. Like nothing special outside of the ring. Um, Funny thing though is I remember him from before this watching MTV's True Life. So this is where we get into the millennial phase of like our age. There used to be a docu-series type of show called True Life, and each episode would have some kind of subject matter about a career or a goal or a dream. And they had one episode where it was about True Life. I'm a pro wrestler. And John Felix Anthony Cena of Westbury, Massachusetts was one of the guys that was featured on this TV show. And so when I saw him in the ring, it didn't really click to me until I saw him like the week after. And I'm like, oh, that's that prototype corny dude that I remember seeing with like the really slick back hair and like just like the super bodybuilder type of physique. And I'm like, oh, this is a Vince McMahon's wet dream right here. Oh, this is perfect.
If we only knew.
Yeah, if only knew. Like, you know, looking back at that this would be one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. Boy, was I wrong.
Yeah.
So
I didn't know he was on that. I remember the show, but yeah, had no idea he was on the True Life. Now I gotta see if I can go find that on the YouTubes and everything.
It's super awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. So John Cena kind of bounced around as this prototype character, which was very ironic because the name was really factual. That is the prototype of what Vince McMahon liked. He liked muscular, veiny.
What did he say?
That looked the part. Like I think one of the quotes is that his thought was that if his wrestler was walking through the airport, he wanted people to notice him.
Right. And had a
And
larger than life like appearance.
right.
Yeah.
And so with that, he'd never, I mean, really though, it didn't go anywhere. Like it was not a memorable personality. And I think with it being kind of the ruthless aggression era start, it was too much to me. The prototype seemed too much early 1990s style versus what the Attitude Era had done with reality. Like it was almost like a throwback, but before people really cared about having a throwback. Like it was just very, like you said it perfect. The cookie cutter. You know, he
Yeah.
was nothing more than kind of white
Ah,
noise in the back.
white baby face.
Yeah,
That's the word I was looking for.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. But we see him evolve. We see
Yeah.
him evolve into a rapper
Yeah.
persona, which
Uh,
I I liked. I liked the Doctor of Thugonomics John Cena. That was my like whenever I first started really noticing and liking him. I remember going to Corpus for a Monday Night Raw, and John Cena was there. And one of the first things I did, man, I went to that merch booth. I bought me a John Cena shirt, and I bought me the album that he had put out.
oh man. Oh, what a time.
What a
What a
time to be
time.
alive. Yeah.
Yeah.
No joke. And it's funny, you look back and the way he kind of came up, the way he started, the way he did everything. If somebody had told me at that time, oh, hey, this dude, John Cena, is going to be a 16-time world champion, he is going to be the face of the company for the next, what, 15
21,
years,
22
20
years.
years,
Yeah.
I would have looked at them and been like, no,
Ain't no
absolutely not.
fucking way.
No,
Nah.
no. No, this dude is gonna be around for 5 or 6 years, and then
right.
people are gonna get tired of the rapping and everything, and they're gonna boo him, and he's gonna be gone. Vince is gonna, you know,
Get
get
tired of them. And
right.
there'll be another guy in TNA.
Exactly. He's gonna be rolling with Hogan and Eric Bischoff in
yeah.
TNA. Hulk Hogan, rest in peace.
Him and Road Dogg, Jesse James, and Kid Quick will make a rap trio in TNA somewhere. In an alternate universe, that's actually happened.
Yeah, there's somewhere on another timeline that the TVA hasn't trimmed yet, where John Cena is with K Quick. Oh man, and
oh
I
man,
guess it's kind of hard to not discuss the Hollywood crossover. I mean, this is
yeah,
Peacemaker. He is one of the few people to survive the Gun-ageddon whenever it comes to the DC universe in the movies. That he was the Peacemaker prior to Gunn taking over, and he will remain Peacemaker after Gunn has now taken over. Which did you watch the Peacemaker show?
I will tell you like I tell my brother-in-law every time I watch season one. I have barely tapped into season two because every time I try to watch it at a decent time, it doesn't allow me to fall asleep on it. I have a 9-year-old that runs into the room and hears John Cena's voice thinking it's wrestling. And I'm like, this ain't it.
No,
Like that's a pair of boobs. You can't watch this.
no, 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 absolutely
uh
not.
no. But man, like seriously, like it's with John Cena, he's one like outside of realistically outside of Batista has been one of the only like wrestlers that have truly gone on to like Hollywood to make a serious acting career that doesn't like blow up in his face. As much as I love Dwayne The Rock Johnson in the ring, his acting career is absolutely horrible. But John knows his space and he's got great comedic timing and he's just like knows how to really put on a good performance every time. So
Absolutely. And I'm
yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
I'm kind of mad about the reboot of the DC universe because now we don't get The Rock as Black Adam with
Good.
Peacemaker. Like there's not you don't get that interaction. I'm kind of mad about that, but it is what it is. John Cena had some really memorable matches too. I mean, he winning his first United States Championship against the Big Show at WrestleMania, defeating JBL for the
Yep.
WWE Championship and
WrestleMania 20.
bringing in that awful, awful. I don't care what anybody says. Y'all in the comments, You can hate me all you want,
Uh,
but that damn WWE Championship spinner belt
The new WWE Championship, Daddy!
was the worst thing to happen to that era of anything. They should have, as soon as he lost it, they should have brought back the undisputed title as the W. Like, no, the comparison, you can't.
yeah,
You can't.
yeah. No, it was one of those. So I will say though, the U.S. title was dope. The U.S. spinning title,
Yeah.
love that one. And I know they tease like not talking about current relations outside of what's going on with John Anthony Felix Cena from Westbury, Massachusetts. But they're talking about since Carmelo Hayes won, teasing him bringing it back. And dude, if anybody else could rock that type of belt, it would be him.
Yeah. Yeah. I like
Yeah.
the only thing that I didn't like about the US spinner belt was that it had John Cena's name like autographed on it.
On the belt, yeah. So it was only his belt.
Right. If
Yeah.
they had left that part out where other people could carry it, oh, absolutely. That
Yeah.
thing was beautiful. I actually used to own the full size like replica of it, like the really expensive replica one. And one thing about it that it had that the spinner WWE Championship didn't have was whenever you spun it, it actually had magnets on the back. So the flag would always end up straight up the whole time. It would not they wouldn't let the American flag go sideways or down.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
That's
So
a cool, interesting detail.
yeah. Now, if that was really part of the actual belt itself, I don't know, but I know the replicas, that's how they did them. So I always thought that was pretty cool with it. Now,
Yeah.
we would be remiss if we did not discuss the 2025 John Cena retirement tour and the issues that I think we all had with it. So John Cena announces 2025 is going to be his last year. December is going to be his last month, and that's it. So 2025 is going to be it. So at the Royal Rumble, he gets one of the final two people, he gets eliminated, comes out in the press conference and pretty much calls his shot saying, I'm John Cena. I've earned my spot in the Elimination Chamber, which I don't think anybody would disagree with that. I think we all kind of agreed, like, okay, you're on your retirement tour. I think you've earned your spot in the Elimination Chamber. Do we agree on that? You kind of had a look on your face.
For sure. Yeah, no. But the thing too with like the beautiful part about Cena and him like kind of announcing the end of his career, like just announcing his retirement tour, is he could kind of lean in on what some people have already perceived from like the rumor mills is that he's using politics to get what he wants. And so realistically, not jumping too far ahead, but if they would have kept on using this, like him politicking, like, hey, I've done this, I earned this, like this is me, like me being John Cena, and I'm gonna do what I want to do because I've earned it and seniority's kicked in. So like I'm allowed to do this. And that could have been something that could have been better towards his later run towards the middle of the year going into WrestleMania. But no, absolutely. Like you're supposed to. At this point in your life, like, I've put the company on my back. There's a reason why tickets are at this price outside of Roman Reigns. And it was me before that.
Right.
And there's a reason why, like, you have multi-billion dollars in merchandise, and I'm like 95% of it. So, and there's a reason why I kept that stupid ass spinner belt around because it made money. As much as we hate it, it made money.
Yeah.
Oh, it made all the money. Yeah. And so, it's John Cena being what he deserves to rightfully be, and that's putting himself first in a way that also still allows him to get over new talent on his way out the door and have some fantasy matches he didn't get to have throughout his career. So, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and we go to Elimination Chamber, and he wins the match. He earns his spot in the main event of WrestleMania, but then we have Dwayne. Dwayne coming in, and I don't think we've gotten a full explanation of how everything went down. So we had Travis Scott coming in with his shit, and we had The Rock coming in with his shit, and then it was just kind of gone. Like I think that could be something that we could have a whole nother episode about just the last year of booking for John Cena, from Elimination Chamber through what SummerSlam was, whenever they finally were like, okay, we're done with this. Like, just you're gonna have a good like rest of the year retirement. I mean, what were you? I know we've talked about it a lot in our group chat, me, you, and he that shall not be named, and we've had a lot of discussions about it, man. I think that this is my opinion on the stuff with The Rock and all of that, was that there was a lot there that could have been done, but because of the legal issues with Travis Scott, because it seemed like The Rock just had kind of lost interest in it, like they just kind of shit all over the story.
Yeah.
And the WWE got to a point where they're like, well, I mean, what else are we going to do? We're going to throw this out the window and just let him have the type of career ending season that he should. I mean, talk to me, Bubba. What were your thoughts on him?
Man, if I listen, that text message thread does not ever need to get out because we'll all get canceled.
It's just Lathan saying the N-word a lot.
Yeah.
You shout like that, they put you in jail right away. No trial, no nothing.
I'm a mean old cuss off of the screen. But like it was a nonsensical thing going into it. And like John Cena's been one thing I will give credit to John Felix Anthony Cena of Westbury, Massachusetts, is when he gets into an interview, he knows all the right ways to explain and say the right things. Like there's never not a time when he's not like perfectly on point with like the best answer to give out, right? And realistically, when they was always approached to him about like, hey, what was supposed to happen, he's like, it's always what ifs, because there's always going to be like something that goes over here, goes this way. And realistically, there was never a need or for Travis Scott or Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson to put their foot into this. They learned very early that Travis Scott is not fully committed to learning the craft, learning the art of sports entertainment, and like really pouring into it the way he needed to, which we can do a whole podcast on celebrities coming to wrestling nowadays, and I'm middle of the fence on that most of the time because like it's just okay, we get it, you're trying to sell tickets to a broader audience, but at the same time, like this is this. They just need to stay the fuck over there.
and you can like, tell the ones who come in and they have a love for the business versus those who come in because they know it's gonna promote. Yeah. Like they're there for promotion versus like somebody like Jelly Roll who came in because he loved wrestling and everybody said he busted his ass for it to learn stuff, and then he walked away with a greater respect.
And Jelly Roll, like it's like for what it's worth, Logan Paul is another prime example. Like he just gets it. It's entertainment. And like, you go out there, you put on a show, you perform, and you entertain the people at home watching, the crowd, and make sure they leave with a good note in their mouth about whatever happened. Like if you're supposed to be that guy that everybody wants to punch in the face, which he doesn't have a hard time doing, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but like when it came to Travis, though, like it was already, I knew it was a bad situation when like his music played at WrestleMania. And it took him 7 minutes to get to the ring because he was just walking. I'm like, dude, it's called a run in for a reason. Like, get your ass to that ring and do whatever you were supposed to do. Yeah, time is money, man.
Yeah.
So, but like, it with The Rock coming in, it only added just enough like theory that people can run with online. And that was only for like maybe 2 to 3 weeks. Then we got WrestleMania and The Rock, a half-assed Travis Scott entrance. And like now we're just stuck. Like, well, okay, what's supposed to happen?
Yeah.
Clearly didn't happen, I don't think they figured out the foresight of what the end game was supposed to be of like the involvement of John Cena with The Rock and all that stuff. And so they just kind of dumped it and moved on to the next, which it was a good pivot when they did it. But at the same time, like you didn't have to pivot at all if you just didn't involve this. John Cena could have been healed just as heel John Cena without that part. Like you could still get the same switch kick to the dick of Cody Rhodes.
Oh, dick twist!
At the end of Elimination Chamber and everything. He comes out, shake his hand. I'll see you at WrestleMania. He's like, but see this first, and then wow, Dick Kick City. Boom.
T-shirt idea. Like, welcome to Dick Kick City.
Yeah, and so like and so that's where like a lot of it goes into playing about like eventually that you only have limited amount of dates with this one wrestler left. What can you do to make the best of his last showings? Like you got 32 days, you got 32 showings, 16 wrestling of those. And so what do you do? How do you do it? How do you move through it? And literally this could have just been a year of dream matches and rivalries put together and some callbacks, which half of it was, which was awesome. But the whole Travis Scott thing was nonsensical. It was not necessary, and I'm glad they cut ties when they did with him because it was already bad starting out. It wasn't going to get any better, honestly. So there's nothing threatening about a 5'6", poor built black dude that ever makes me want to turn on the TV.
I was waiting. You had a thought go through your head, and you wanted to say it, and then you
trying to keep it. Yeah, listen, I'm trying to keep it to where we can get clicks out of this and likes on TikTok.
Oh, that was funny. Well, all right, man. Well, let's do this. We're going to take our first break, and then we're going to watch the match. So everybody who is listening at home, get ready for the watch-along. So on Peacock, we are going to Saturday night's main event from December 13th, 2025. We are at the 1 hour, 18-minute, 30-second mark to get ready to go. You've got a weird moment between Stephanie and Joe. They're kind of staring at each other, and I don't know, like it could go either way here, like a kiss or somebody could go to Dick Kick City. We don't know. But we're going to take that first break. Well, I'll let y'all get over there to that, and we'll see y'all here on the other side.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome to Too Hard, Too Fast.
Too Hard, Too Fast.
Too Hard, Too Fast.
Too Hard, Too Fast.
Welcome to Too Hard, Too Fast.
Welcome back. Too Hard, Too Fast. Where we go off the rails and George has to worry about it. So here we go.
Find Too Hard, Too Fast podcast on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube.
Welcome back, everybody. We are getting ready to watch John Cena's final match as a professional wrestler. We are again on Saturday night's main event, December 13th, 2025 at the 1 hour, 18-minute, 30-second mark. But I got to get this before we start the watch along and get too far into it. The jersey of the month is the navy 250th anniversary jersey as we get ready to celebrate America's 250th anniversary. Navy wore these this year. They wore them against Army, and then they wore them in their bowl game. So we also got the AutoZone Liberty Bowl patch that they did win. Now, I'll give y'all a fair warning. Do not go out to try to find this jersey with the patch. This is my own creation. Buy the jersey, go onto eBay, get the patch, put them together. Beautiful. Nail it. We also got, again, cowboy hat from Cowboy Revolution Apparel. Go check them out on all of our socials. 15% off. Great shirts, great hats, great stuff. Y'all check them out. Oh, Lathan. What are you drinking on over there?
Beer.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Just kidding. It's dry January, so no alcohol will touch these divine lips of mine. No, but actually, I just found these at the grocery store earlier. It's one of my favorite little supplements, Element. So it's a company that's focused on electrolyte and hydration. It's been a long week, and needless to say, my muscles are tired, my body is sore, and I don't drink that much water. But this particular drink, the Element, is actually a combination of your proper electrolytes that you need of sodium, potassium, and magnesium to help rehydrate the muscles and make sure that the body stays fully functional after a vigorous day of working out and running around and stuff. And as you're sweating, you're losing sodium and some other essential electrolyte minerals that the body needs. Element puts this back in there in a different way. This is completely free, and this is not an advertisement paid for, but it's a really great product. So it's one of my favorites. Like, I use them at the gym all the time. They actually come in cans now. They usually have little salt packs that taste really salty, to say the least. A little bitter. But no, I saw the can at the grocery store earlier, and I figured I'd give it a shot. And it actually tastes really good. This is the black cherry lime one, and I just had the watermelon one a little bit earlier today while I was at the gym. And man, they're good, real good. So something that's carbonated that I can drink that doesn't have any extra caffeine in it, so I can give my adrenal glands a little bit of a rest. But definitely something to go out there and check out if you have a construction job or you're just out and about at the gym and you're sweating your butt off. This helps kind of replenish you a little bit better so you're not cramping up too quickly. So yeah, stay salty.
Nice. Very cool. Yeah. I like me some I do enjoy some black cherry because I always heard the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. So
ain't no lie about that, baby.
All right, everybody, let's get into the match. We are coming into it. Again, you got that awkward stare between Joe Testero and Stephanie McMahon. So we are going to start this going in 3, 2, 1, and play. All right.
Man,
so
dude,
we're starting.
This is where WWE is always awesome. When they want to put together a very good production package, oh my God.
Oh,
like, dude, you're already invested just by the video presentation that leads you into the match.
I've had their video packages before, especially when people like pass away, that I'm like it'll bring me to tears. I know one off the top of my head that did it was the Dusty Rhodes tribute. Like, it had me crying, you know.
The Eddie Guerrero one they did.
Man.
Yeah. But dude, it's like the one that always gives me goosebumps. I'll hear Limp Bizkit on our playlist at the gym, My Way.
Dude, I heard it on the way home today.
WrestleMania 17. I'm like, oh man, yeah, Rock versus Stone Cold. I'm like, hell yeah,
dude. Today on the way home, we went into Austin to get haircuts. On our way home, it came on as like on my, play something I like on Apple Music. And dude, I was like, I cranked it up and I told my kids, I was like, this is a song of my people.
Yeah. Oh man. And dude, what's
Oh,
his
dude,
his video package?
remember when Cena had the pumps? I forgot
Yeah.
about that.
Oh, dude, I was mad they didn't bring him back out.
Oh,
He was wrestling in Skechers.
they
I'm
probably
like,
couldn't
dude.
find him.
I'm like, he's wearing orthotic shoes now. That's how I know he's old.
I am a little sad. I was kind of hoping that he would come out with the like the intro would be the word life.
Yeah. Oh, dude, you remember back? I forgot which WrestleMania it was, but like he came out in the baseball jersey and like had kind of the Babe Ruth type of entrance.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
wish he would have done something like that.
That was what was that he like the he came out as like the doctor of thugonomics.
Yeah, he brought that back with the lock and the chain and everything.
Yeah,
I'm
and
like,
it
that's
was the
awesome.
New York, the Babe Ruth, my favorite. So I'm as everybody listening knows, I'm a Jersey nerd, and whenever he came out, it's a true Mitchell and Ness original jersey because it's a wool jersey.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Now, let me ask you, Lathan. So he's taking on Gunther in this match. Good choice or bad choice? What are your thoughts?
Best choice, hands down. Like I like we had me and my brother-in-law. We go back and forth on this. Like doing a lot of fantasy storybooking. I'm like, if you had to have him retire to somebody, you follow tradition and you put over somebody on the way out. Like, and so the only other way that this would have made sense is if it was like somebody like Randy Orton, or like an Edge, where like you have that one last fantasy match, but like at the same time, that makes no sense in the bigger scheme of things because Saturday night is over with. We gotta get ready for Monday. What's next? And so with the way that they had set this up with Gunther being like his final match, it worked out perfect. Because it leads to Gunther having a bigger presence, storyline wise, regardless of having a belt. He doesn't need a belt. He's Gunther. He's a name. He's a single name. And, like this now carries him over, similar to like Brock Lesnar when he beat Taker at WrestleMania 30. Like he's the one in 21-1. Gunther is the one that made John tap. The guy that, you know, the one that like retired Bill Goldberg. The one that retired and so you can see where they're putting in seeds of like how this is gonna move forward. And it can last for a while, sort of like a legend killer, a newer legend killer. Shout out to Randy Orton on that one. But it was good. It was good.
Well, let me play devil's advocate on this real quick, okay? So I think that I think hindsight Gunther was the right pick for the story. But I think that like you had said, a Randy Orton and I don't think there would have been a better option as far as classic rivalry goes rather than Edge, which they weren't going to get. They weren't going to get Edge. I mean, Tony Khan ain't giving him up. Kurt Angle would have been interesting, but I don't think he can go anymore. But
physically he can't.
yeah, my biggest issue with this is I think coming into it, nobody expected Cena to beat Gunther because tomorrow or on Monday, then what? You're the guy who lost to Cena on his way out the door. So I think they knew, I mean, as a fan, like I knew, like, okay, Cena's not winning this match.
Yeah.
And so it kind of loses its flair. Now, just a second ago, there was somebody in the crowd that said, "If Cena loses, we riot," which is a nice little callback to ECW One Night Stand when Cena faced RVD. Where in that moment, I truly believed it. I truly believed that if Cena won that match, that the ECW fans would riot and kill somebody. But
Yeah.
I didn't even think about it. I should have worn my John Cena farewell shirt. That is the when they were in San Antonio, the Spurs shirt.
Too late now.
I know.
Here comes John Felix Anthony Cena. One
Please
last
tell me
time.
that's not. Please tell me that's not his real.
That is his full legal name, John Felix Anthony Cena of Westbury, Massachusetts. I
Oh
looked
my
it up.
god! I thought you were doing something like the Cody Rhodes. What do they call
Yeah,
it?
Cody Raheem Rhodes.
Yeah, there you go. What is it? Negro icon Cody
Yeah.
Rhodes. I
Oh
find that
man.
hilarious. See, now this is the shit I love about John Cena is that I think he truly appreciates everybody.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like taking the camera and showing the cameraman, like,
Yeah. Dude, I hated that they panned away from it at that time. Like it was supposed to be like him being on Stu, like Stu was on John Cena, no Diddy. And like have like the last time, like, are you ready? Like, let's do this, but like they messed it up.
I don't no,
But
I don't think so. I'll disagree with you there. Showing the camera angle that they did shows Cena with the camera with Stu and everything.
yeah,
Like,
but he
I
should
think
have
that
stayed
was a
there
better shot.
longer. They panned away from it too quickly. Like that was like I see what they were thinking they were trying to do, but they like somebody in the production truck messed up. They should have kept on Stu longer to where he could actually like fully say it because they kind of panned away from him. And this is one of those things I was watching at the time. I was like, oh man, they could have had more fun with it, but it was still good.
Fair enough. I think
Yeah.
if I remember
Shout Stu.
correctly, we had gone. I think this was the when this was live. We had gone to the New Braunfels Renaissance Festival, so I had been drinking beer and mead since like 11 a.m. So this is really kind of the first time I'm watching this all the way through.
I was the first. Well, all right. I'm gonna say this. Hopefully, my cousin doesn't get mad at me for finding this out through here. But I was at a wedding. Like they just saying that they said the nuptials and like literally we're sitting down at the reception. Best man is actually in the middle of his best man speech, and like me and like two other cousins are huddled around an iPad.
Oh shit! There's Kurt Angle. There's
Yeah,
RVD, Mark Henry.
Elias.
Oh yeah!
Oh, look, he goes Haku.
Wow!
Tamatonga's dad. There he goes.
Oh,
Booker
look at
T.
them!
Oh,
Oh,
Shucky
there's
Ducky.
Nick Khan,
Sammy.
Sami Zayn, which I don't like Sami Zayn. Sorry, don't like him.
Mm. Hey, different strokes for different folks.
I don't know what it is. There's just like his character, his like personality. Just I don't like it. He's the forever. Like, it feels like he's like the forever underdog, and I'm kind of tired of it.
Yeah, I see that. Wait, was Kevin Owens out there?
He was, yeah, and he wasn't even standing next to Sami Zayn, which was weird.
Yeah, Sammy's kid. I saw Sammy had his kid out there with him. Hey,
Yeah.
he goes Lillian. I missed this part.
Yeah, this is Lillian Garcia.
Oh,
Yeah, look, it's just not the same without the Fink there. Like,
yeah,
this would have been the moment that you bring in Howard Finkel to do it. And it's really sad as we get older, like, we lose more and more people that will give you that, like, nostalgia pop. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
never again will we hear like Real American Startup. We won't hear American Dream, stuff like that. Like, as wrestling fans, we will never hear that moment again, you know?
yeah. Sorry,
No, no,
but
no.
yeah, no man.
Yeah, and everybody, so we are everybody at home, go check out the YouTube channel if you're on audio, because this is going to be one of those matches that we're going to try talking through the whole thing and having a discussion, but there's going to be some quiet times. I don't want to trim this up because I don't want to cut stuff out. So do the watch along at home because it's going to make more sense, because I promise you that your podcast didn't cut out your iPhone, your phone, your whatever didn't die. There may just be a second where we're a little quiet. Is he doing the hair of the prospect? Because that shit slicked back.
Yeah. See, that's another callback.
Nice.
So he went in with his prototype look. So with a little less hair on top, obviously.
Yeah, did you see that interview with him where he's like, y'all finally bullied me. Y'all bullied me into some transplants.
Oh, yeah, the Chris Van Vliet interview. Yeah.
Like, dude, just let it go. Like,
no, man,
honestly,
you gotta get the Hollywood hair back, man. So, but no, man, like, but going back to what you were saying, yeah, it's like as we get older, it's weird hearing. It goes back to like a quote I heard one time: "You'll never know when it's your last time hearing something or doing something, but it was just that moment." And like then you go back and you try to think about when that last moment was. You're like, "Oh man." And so it's just sometimes a reflection of getting older, but at those times I find joy in being and grateful for even having the experience, right? Like,
oh yeah,
my son will never experience the Fink on announcing live, or like when you first heard Hulk Hogan's Real American pop up and like he hulked out for a little bit. I do it at the gym all the time. I hear sometimes Real American ends up coming up on our playlist on Spotify, and I'm sitting there and they're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, Hulk Hogan, man. How could you not?
so good.
Yeah.
So good. Now they are
Or when he was in NWO and WCW, everybody else came out to NWO music, but he came out to Jimi Hendrix.
Voodoo Child. Yep.
Yep.
And I've gone on record before on previous podcast with one of our extra hosts, Logan Pettis, who is the voice of RCW, River City Wrestling. Go check him out. He is also my co-host on our Magic Q podcast. He and I have talked about it. We both agree American Made is far superior to Real American. And I will go down with that ship that the WCW version is far superior.
That's the one I remember when I was a kid. Like the Real American was the WWF version, and I wasn't a WWF guy growing up. I had WCW. I had Turner Broadcast Station. I didn't have USA, so I don't know what the fuck y'all were talking about.
Well, at some point we're gonna get back to the match here. We got Gunther he's Irish whipping Cena into the corner, and Gunther has, man, those chops. Like, I feel like Gunther's chops are almost equivalent to like Finn Balor showing up as the Demon. Like, you just wait for it to happen. Oh, he's gonna catch it. Oh, he's hulking up.
Oh man, the one thing that I like over the last couple of years, I've started to notice more, and I love it, but I hate it at the same time. Is the camera angles are so close in that you see them calling the match in the ring, and I'm like, dude, it used to be so much better about like hiding it more often. But
in this day and age, in the age of Unreal on Netflix, it's one of those things. But Cena has always been really bad about being obvious for calling what he's
all the spots.
We got the 5-knuckle shuffle coming in.
Nope. Got German suplex.
Trying to set him up for the FU. I think you're about a second ahead of me. I'm gonna.
Hold on, I'll pause and let you catch up.
All right.
There you call it.
So we got Gunther is off the ropes and clothesline.
But the other thing too that made this, so going back to what we were talking about, like as far as Gunther as the opponent, like it's better to like as Gunther's heel arc. Like Gunther is a great heel. There's never a time in his career where I would ever see Gunther being a face and it working. Like
Yeah.
he is a heel, and he's a great heel at that. So it's a stronger dynamic to have these two going up against each other because with his finishing move being a submission, and you have a guy who's notorious for not submitting, then never give up. It's on his armband every time you see it. It's on that towel. Put up that towel, never give up. And so, is he really going to make him tap tonight, or going into it? Like, how is this going to end? Because
I would never have thought that the match would end in submission. Like that would have been my last thought. But I'll tell you this, I can give you a scenario that I could see Gunther being a babyface. Him being
Grande Americano. That's it. That's
El
it.
Austrian Americano.
Yeah.
No, I could tell you the way that they could do it is put him up where he is holding the tradition of professional wrestling, where he is defending the honor and the art of professional wrestling, where he's not allowing people to talk bad about it. You're not allowed to talk bad about my art and my fans. That's how they would turn him to a babyface. But you got but in
who's
the
the heel in
meantime,
that dynamic?
yeah. But in the meantime, you've got Gunther. He is probably one of the, if not probably one of the top 3 wrestlers right now that I would say in the WWE as just a not only ability, size, and persona. I mean, this is the dude who was champion in NXT, and Vince or whoever it was like, "Nope, you're too fat," and he was like, "Cool, I'll fix it." And
he does the work.
That takes a lot of willpower, man, and that's like true love for your job.
Yeah, for the sport. I mean, he also got a nice paycheck, I'm sure. I don't count people's pockets, but I'm sure he's making a nice little come up financially with him dropping weight. Because it goes to like you have to have a certain appearance that'll sell. And like Walter in NXT UK was dominant, but like at the same time, he was like had a Husky Harris build, and like with certain people in place, he would have never gotten over because like he would have only seen him for his nationality and like left it at that. And he's like that foreign heel menace, and he would have been like bastardized into the ground for all the wrong reasons. But yeah, that goes to show that like you're part of a rare class that really gets the tradition of business and entertainment side of it, especially because he's crazy athletic. Like he's only gotten better with time.
Oh yeah,
because like I remember seeing some of his matches it was a different indie brand that was overseas. It was used to be on damn it, I forgot the name of it. But anyways, before NXT, like I remember watching some of his matches back then. He was damn good thin. Like he was just strong and tough, a tough son of a bitch, and could put on a good show. So he's refining, getting better as he keeps on going.
Here comes Cena trying to hit the 5 moves of doom again, and
then he ain't wasting no time this time.
Nope. You can't see me. You can't see my hairline. Hit the 5 knuckle shuffle, coming back up.
And FU #1 for the night. I mean, AA. Sorry.
I was gonna say I really hated when they started calling it the attitude adjustment versus the FU. Like the
Those
FU just
guys.
made more sense. Like because of the name of the move.
Yeah, but it's the marketing part of it, right? So like they did it because they're entering a PG era and they're trying to make John Cena is the face of the business, so you gotta adjust, you gotta pivot to make sure that he's still sellable. You know, you don't see a lot of hey, green shirt guy, there he is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but like,
It's a green John Cena shirt.
is it really?
It is.
Oh man, I gotta wait for him to stand up. Oh, sleeper.
And the guy who's sitting next to him looks like a weird combination of Sami Zayn and Mick Foley. It's weird. Oh, and
Sam Foley.
we got Sammy Foley. You see him right there?
Yeah, so
with the Santa hat on.
Yeah. I was like, oh no, it's not gonna end this quickly. We still got punch and run time. I was sitting there.
I know he goes for the sleeper, and I was like, oh shit, we're done.
We're just pulling out everybody's moves.
Oh, see there, you can see a shirt.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I go back and forth about the finish. I don't know. And we're gonna get to that here in a second. We're gonna talk about it. But you know, it was a surreal moment as we continue to watch the match, and even it was one of surreal enough that I mean it felt like that where Cena announced his retirement, and I'm thinking, oh shit, December? That's a long way off. Like, dude, this is gonna be great. Like, and then all of a sudden it's there, and it's like, holy shit! Like,
yeah, this year went by quick.
Yeah, we're here. And like as dads of young kids, like it's horrible.
Yeah.
Like it's bad.
Yeah, my young adult life is slowly fading away now.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
She's got the stairs out.
We were talking earlier about, how that one moment where kids, you start realizing how old your kids are because they say one thing different.
Yeah.
Like my son pronounces yellow, he says lelo. And I'm like, it's how my daughter used to say it too. And then one day she started saying it correct. And I was really sad. You just realize how quick stuff goes. Like how many of our heroes have we watched come and go, and then all of a sudden they're gone? And not only are they gone, but it's like we don't think of them every week. It's not like we wait for Stone Cold Steve Austin for the glass to hit. We don't wait for the Undertaker's dong.
What?
To
no duty. Oh man. No. Dude. Okay. So real quick, going back to when they were talking when the wrestlers on the side. So I asked this directly, and this is kind of one of those through the table.
Oh, see, and Gunther's cell. Look at his face; like he looks truly terrified.
Well, yeah, because they're on the edge. To be fair, he's probably got to think like, "Oh fuck." He's looking down at the table in the distance. He's like, "Oh, I didn't put these steps close enough yet."
Okay, so Trish Stratus is there. Is that Lita next? She doesn't.
That's not Lita. That's
Is that?
I was gonna say Maria Kunis, but that's definitely not her either. I don't know who that is. I forgot who they said it was. I remember somebody talked about who was all ringside, and I forgot what her name was.
Guys, everybody in the comments remind us, because I'm not going to look it up because I just don't care enough to look it up.
So 2 weekends ago, or you remember me sending you a particular picture hanging out outside of Shipley's Donuts?
Yes, I remember you with the donut around your penis and shaking
No,
it.
not that one. Not that
Oh,
one. Not
oh,
that one.
oh, well, you got to be more specific, man.
No, that one was for you and you only, and maybe your wife. Um, no, but so I ran into Mark Henry, and we
Oh,
had a
yeah, yeah,
really
yeah.
interesting conversation. And so I asked him, I was like, I know you already gotten this like 4 or 5 times, and you haven't talked about on Busted Open. So I'm gonna ask you, why didn't you wear this helmet and jacket? Because that would have been the best callback.
Oh, dude.
The most subtlest of callbacks that would have been awesome. And like he was, and this goes to the credit of like Mark Henry and always him having an equally big heart. He's like, I don't want to take anything away from John Cena's moment. I was just there as a fan. Like, I like he's for what it's worth, John Cena's earned this particular moment. I don't want to take anything away from it. I'm here as a fan and a fan only. And as a face in the crowd. So well, given that, I was like, yeah, but you still sort of should have worn it. Like that would have been really dope. He's like, I
It,
still got it. I was like, I bet you do.
dude, that would have been amazing. And yeah, I love Mark Henry despite the fact that he's a damn T-sip, but as a man, and if y'all don't know what a T-sip is, you can go Google that. Um
Last time, nope, didn't get it this time. He saw you. He saw all of you.
as a man, Mark Henry seems like one of the most genuine people that I would love to hang out with him.
Oh
God,
yeah.
big old power bomb, folding him up like Rhea Ripley. But it's for some reason it's not quite as sexy when Gunther does it to John Cena. Something about it.
No, no, that's okay.
Like somebody in
Nothing
the
ain't here to
crowd.
be sexy.
Somebody in the crowd just has a big head of their fucking dog. I wish I would have done that with Cooter. Cooter was my
Dude, this is
basset hound.
crazy.
Nothing weird.
So when John Cena take a moment to look at the crowd behind John Cena when he's doing the turnbuckle FU,
Yeah.
and it is packed. There is not a single seat that is not sold out for this
Oh yeah.
event. This is crazy.
Yeah.
This and like the one thing that I really I appreciate about this is that nobody has a camera phone out. It's rare. Oh, never mind. There's like 3 people in the replay. But anyways, like everybody is immersed in the moment, like old school, like '90s
Wait, is that the
events.
Punisher?
Like yeah,
Holy shit.
dude, everybody was here except for the president, even though it was in DC.
Wait, wasn't it? He was at the Army Navy game.
Yeah,
That's what it was.
yeah,
Yeah, that's right. He was at the Army Navy game to kick off the 250th for the United States. That's right. And he was actually what they had said he was gonna be there, but ended up not being able to get over to it or something.
yeah. It's 10 miles down the street with security. You got it. That's like when they used to have when they used to do Frank Owen Center Raw matches at SmackDown, and then like they would transport them in the ambulance where they get jumped, and like they take them and they run them out of the arena. I'm like, dude, Brackenridge is right next door. Like,
Right.
just walk the motherfucker over. It'll be all right.
Oh, and here comes power bomb again. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Gunther's power bombs look awesome. Like
Oh yeah.
like any other wrestler hits you with a power bomb, and you're like, eh.
Yeah, the only one that comes close to it is I used to always love Kevin Nash's power bombs
Oh
because
yeah,
like there's literally with Gunther, he's like he'll pick you up and he like drives you into the ground. But
yeah,
with Kevin, like he just picks you up and just lets you free fall.
yep.
And like you just gotta catch it. And it's like, yeah. Because for their size, they're good for it. Like, it's a big man type of move that you would really have fun with.
That's one thing I love about Gunther is he does a lot of traditional moves that you
Yeah.
truly believe will end the match, like a
Oh,
power bomb.
absolutely.
Anybody else
Yeah.
hit the power bomb, and you're like, "Oh no, this isn't over." But
Yeah.
he'll hit it, and you're
This is
like,
a
"Oh
transition move.
yeah, up. Is this
Yeah.
it? Is this it? Are we Cena going down in the sleeper hold by Gunther with the bald spot reflecting? Thankfully, not into Gunther's eyes. Nope, nope.
Not
Here we
ball. It's
go.
just thin. It's just thin. Get that bulldog out of here.
that's it's so distracting. Oh,
He found out he's back in it.
I saw a post on TikTok today that said the moment that they should have made Cena a heel was during Total Divas when he was on there, because that was his heel moment because he was a fucking asshole.
Oh, dude. Yeah. To be fair, though, he was dating Nikki Bella, so.
And her whole family was living in his house. So
Yeah. I'm like, I don't want your whole shit in here. Listen, I'm already kind of up in arms about my daughter moving back in with me. So I can completely get where John Cena was coming from. No, but but the show, but the show was the show at the same time, so somebody had to be the bad guy on there, right? And so that was heel Cena for us. There you go.
yeah, and it should have branched off of there, but here we go. We got the sleeper
Sleep
hold.
one more time.
We got the sleeper hold. Up. He's pumping it. He's hulking up. Come on. Oh, Gunther jumping on him like fucking Yoda.
Yeah, like a spider monkey.
Come on.
And this is what, the cool thing about this match is it leads back into something. Like, I talked to Undertaker a lot about this in the past, and I've heard Stone Cold reference this a few times in interviews. It's like, a lot of times, like, the selling factor in matches is gone now. Like, everything is for a spot. Like, we go from spot to spot, but nobody actually, sells a move. And, this is a class, this match can be, studied for literally, how a good match can go on. You already know, it's a perfect, heel, good guy versus bad guy, and the story that you're telling in the ring,
right.
But the selling factor of it makes up a big difference on how this match is flowing, because you don't see that most of the time nowadays. You see, for what it's worth, I've been more entertained with AEW a little bit more often. But at the same time, the thing that always turned me off to their product is they're a bunch of spot junkies. F you into the pin.
F you 1, 2. See, okay. Talking about that, about the spot and everything.
Back into the neck hole.
That's the shit that irritates me. So you can watch the damn after somebody hits a move, you can watch them and you see their eyes watching the count. That shit irritates the fuck out of me.
Well, I'll tell you. So this is that peek behind the curtain thing. So,
oh no, let's see. Hold on. Is this the last gasp of John Cena?
The crowd is, don't give up. Don't give up.
Oh, man. Even knowing the end result, I'm invested in the match. I still... Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Here we go. Oh, 1. Here we go. Arm up. 2. 1 more and that's it. And no.
No.
He did the game. Now he gets to hit Gunther in the balls.
No.
Oh, see, that's right there. That's one of my favorite moves. That looks so fucking painful.
But dude, when he puts those elbows to you, you know.
Yeah.
You just know. Yeah.
Here we go. We got Cena down.
Man.
And we got that look on his
There
face.
it is.
Yep, he knows it. He's over. He's done. Now, have you heard the rumors that wasn't supposed to be the finish?
Yeah, that wasn't supposed to be the finish.
You don't think so?
That's not a rumor. That's true. They had John Cena fought for that one. He did an interview with Cody, And that was one of the things he's like, yeah, like he didn't say what the ending was supposed to be, but like he said, he went in, he's like, this is how I wanted to go out because this is like, again, politicking. Like this is me. This is my song.
Yeah.
I want to go out the way I want to go out. And so I don't know what the other side looks like, but this is the side that we got.
I think right now Gunther is trying to think to himself like, "Oh shit, did I hurt him? Is he hurt? Did I do something?" Like,
but I think what it is, but with this ending though, if you look right afterwards, Gunther gets up and he looks at the referee, and he's like kind of in like shocking himself because I don't think he knew that was what the ending was supposed to be.
No, I definitely.
Which that goes to more badassery of John Fix Anthony Cena the Jr. and how great of a like
from Foxborough,
human he
Massachusetts.
is. Thank you, of Westbury, Massachusetts. But you know, like it was like I'm not gonna give my reaction, but like there was parts of this where like okay, cool. And it's sort of like he goes to talk about too when he had this match with AJ Styles. Like nobody knew he was going to hand the piece of paper to what's your name, for AJ Styles to have his big entrance because AJ Styles talked about on the Taker podcast. Like he didn't know what was going to happen. He didn't know what was happening. He didn't know what was going on until they started saying it. And John Cena caught some slack behind the curtain after that. For that, but I'm like, at the same time, what are you gonna do? Fire him?
Right. Yeah, what are you gonna do? You gonna bury him? Like
yeah.
Yeah, but you gotta think too, like in that moment, like you almost feel bad for Gunther because again, like what is he supposed to think right there? Like, oh shit, maybe I really hurt him. Maybe I was really like choking him. Maybe like that's
But you know, it's Gunther though, so I don't feel that bad. He can sell it really well. Like it's kind of goes back to the old school tradition. Like you sold the moves, you sold the match.
Yeah.
And you know, like you are able to trust the person you're working across the ring from to keep you safe. Right. So yeah, so in my heart of hearts, I think Gunther knew that like, okay, maybe I may have hurt him, but we'll talk about that backstage. But like the sheer excitement he had for actually being able to win, I think half of that was organic. It wasn't like he knew, like I'm sure he knew he was already going to win.
Yeah,
but at the same time, like you didn't know which one of these chokes is going to take him out,
right?
Or are we going to? Or no, we have like 3 more minutes. He's going to fight out, try to give me another FU. I'll powerbomb the shit out of him for a couple of times and not cover him.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And this is the part where I really hate because I hate it because like okay, Triple H walks out, Stephanie walks out, obviously, and the crowd starts booing Paul, and I'm like, dude, like you can't boo that guy. Like he didn't
not in this moment. Like if the criticism of Triple H as the head of creative is fine. You do that. In this moment, no. You let it breathe. You know?
Yeah.
Now this point irritated the shit out of me. I'm like, why are you handing him your belts? He's held those belts.
I tell you why. This is the callback. So when Hulk Hogan had his last match in WWE, Cena and Batista came into the ring and gave them his belts. And so they're just carrying, like it was John Cena and Batista at the time. They came in, gave them belts, gave them his flowers. But, you know, it's John Cena. Never seen 17.
But again, like to me, it's too cheesy. Like, appreciate him, celebrate the man. I don't know. It's not like he spent 25 years in the business and never held those belts. Like, dude, he just held the WWE Championship like a few months
After
ago.
a year. Yeah.
Like, no, don't. It's too cheesy for me on this one.
Dude, it's John Cena. Everything's too cheesy about this guy.
Oh,
we
did
but
somebody say his name? Because I saw Joe Hendry.
Dude, but so I did notice. So there was somebody that posted this on Instagram a couple of days afterwards, and like the imagery that can be taken from literally this is like John Cena. John Cena is the constant in this, and he's the core of what the WWE was for the better part of like 2 decades. Cody and CM Punk left, became bigger stars, and still came back full circle. And so that has like it kind of puts a story angle endpoint on that too. Is that like everybody still wants to come back to the WWE. That's where like that's the business. That is the epicenter where you want to get to, and to have it happen and come back and create a name for yourself to be here. Like it was kind of one of those really cool. Like the way they put it together, they articulated it was really interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on, here comes a video.
Oh man. See, again, they're now at this point they're just trying to make Cena cry.
Yeah. It
See,
almost worked.
Now this would have been the moment to negotiate with AEW and say, look, your guy, he's not going to have a match, so we don't have to worry about winning and losing. Can we just let his music hit, him come out, give a hug, a hand raise, and he's done?
Mm-mm.
That would have been the moment.
That would have been a good moment, or they could have done that moment like on a Monday Night Raw.
I disagree, man. It should have been here.
It could have been here, but that one never going to happen. Like I can tell you, it's just that they're so enthralled in competition right now. They would have never allowed that to happen.
But I agree. They're enthralled in competition, but this isn't competition at this point. This is a simple, like, respect for the person. Has nothing to do with the company, has nothing to do with any of that. Like,
Yeah.
I understand them not allowing for a match because then, Cena goes over Edge, right? Well, then now you've got your guy just lost to somebody retiring. Like, okay, I get that. There's no nothing there, but just a simple like tip of the hat.
Yeah, no, because at the end of the day, it's ratings. It's the business of ratings, and whatever it could be, it's one of those. I get it. I get it from the business standpoint of it, and I'll pay the business.
That's a good
devil's
point.
advocate. Yeah, like it's still ratings. Like and like it's kind of one of those that you hope for it. Sure, and in the perfect world, we could allow it, but like I can't right now. I can't afford to give this company more ratings.
Yeah, but you're talking about a one night where there is no follow up ever needed, and then you negotiate something in there, like hey, when AEW Edge retires or whatever, if he stays there, whoever, hey, we'll send one of ours over to give a tip of the hat and give you the bump, whatever it may be.
Yes.
Like, I feel like that's what's lacking a lot in pro wrestling right now is the ability to work together. Like, you've got WWE and TNA who are partners. You've got AEW and Ring of Honor and New Japan like, God, could you imagine if everybody had the ability to just just have the ability to have a couple of moments where you can share in stuff,
Yeah.
like
Definitely.
like
I get
this.
Yeah, like listen, the fan in me absolutely agrees with you 100%. The business side of me, yeah, I'm not doing that.
But
But
I
yeah,
understand. I understand the business side, but
yeah,
again, like it's not like AEW is going up against this show.
they were.
But
Samoa Joe actually was on Dynamite. He did the FU or the attitude adjustment.
oh, that's right. Okay, fair
Yeah,
enough. Yeah, okay. If the I get it. I get
yeah.
it.
So show must go on. But you
I
know,
don't like
it's
it. I don't like it, but I get it.
yeah, man. You know what I don't see in here? Senior. I don't see John Cena, John Felix Anthony Senior, anywhere around here.
No, because he'd be running around. Oh no, that's Mrs. Dad who's crazy throwing hands, but
Yeah, and see, this is where I kind of teared up a little bit. Like it's one of those like traditional to the end.
yeah.
Leave your boots in the ring and walk off.
Yeah.
My wife so when I came back from Dallas, we woke up the next morning. We were talking about it because she had watched it with LJ, and she was like, "I don't get it. Like, why did he do such and such?" And I'm like, "Well, it's tradition. Like, it's this is a night of closing a traditionary era of wrestling. Sad to say it, but like, there's only a handful that are still left from like OVW like literally Randy Orton's the only one still left on the active
Yeah.
roster from OVW's class where
Yeah.
you had John Cena, you had Batista, you had Brock Lesnar, Shelton Benjamin, and
Yeah.
then they go on to help with the SmackDown 6 in that regard when they had the brand separation and stuff. And so,
Yeah.
taking his final bow.
It's so weird to see because you don't get this often from pro wrestling. Like,
Yeah.
most of the time you get guys who hang on way too long.
Ric Flair.
RVD.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna go ahead and end it here as the credits begin to roll, and that is it. Well, everybody, hang on to your butts. We're gonna take a pause in a moment. We'll be right back with y'all for our final thoughts and ratings.
Hello, wrestling fans. This is Fanboy Dave. Catch myself, Big Kev, and Jeremy from Brothers of Discussion weekly on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and any other platform you use to listen to your favorite podcasters. We talk about WWE mostly and have a real good time giving our takes. And every now and then, might throw a little shade at AEW. So hope you give us a shot. You won't be disappointed.
Welcome back, everybody. We just got done watching John Cena's final match in the WWE, which I would probably most likely assume his final match ever. You never know in professional wrestling. You never say never, but I'm probably his character, I would assume, is his last match ever. Now, first question is how much money is the Saudi prince going to have to pay to pull him out of retirement to face Yokozuna?
Oh man, if it was anybody else other than John Felix Anthony Cena, I would say there'd be at least a few commas and at least 8 digits attached to it. But listening to some of his interviews going into his final match and stuff, this dude's done. Like he is there's not enough money in the world. Like he's already made like whatever you're gonna pay him. DC has already paid him more.
fair,
Ain't no way.
fair enough. But I can't imagine, and that maybe that's just coming from me as a poor person. Like I couldn't imagine, especially over the next few months, like years from now, offering for him to come back and everything, yeah, I get that. But
Yeah.
within the next like 6 to 10 months, if they're gonna be in Saudi, like you can still have one more match. I mean, you tell them some outrageous number. For example, right? We get calls all the time. We get letters and stuff saying, "Hey, we want to buy your house because we have somebody who is interested in it." And
Right.
I'm like, "Cool, yeah, I'm willing to sell." "Oh, great. Well, what kind of number are you looking at?" "I want $1.3 million in cash." Well, they always tell me, "Well, that's kind of above the value of your house. You
Right.
didn't ask me the value, you asked me what I would sell for." So,
Right.
what would be the number that, say, the Saudi calls his agent, right? WWE, "Hey, we want John Cena for one more match." Okay, Mr. Cena, how much would it cost for you to come to Saudi Arabia and have one more match against an opponent of your choosing? I want $50 million. Sold. Oh shit.
Oh, easily.
like that would be my question. Like, you overshoot your value,
Yeah.
but but then they say, "Okay, sounds good."
Like, oh fuck. Oh
Like, what do you know? Like, "Oh, no, no, I'm just kidding." Like,
no. No, yeah. Oh
that's what
man.
I'm saying is with
Yeah.
that. That's my question. Could you foresee John Cena coming out of retirement for something like that?
Honestly, no. Um the real in the fan in me wants it. Like I want, like, there's always that one more fantasy booking match you can have somewhere down the line.
Yeah.
Sure, but like when it comes, like it, I would have had a different answer for you, honestly, Art. But like with me listening to some of the interviews before the match, on my way up to Dallas, I was listening to Chris Van Vliet, his interview with him and stuff, and like that dude is done. Like there's not a number or a like bone in his body that wants to, like, if he really wanted to, he'd probably do it for free because he loves the business. But at the same time, the physicality of it and the reality of Father Time is still undefeated has crept up, and is weird as ugly head in the sense. He's, as much as he wants to, he'll probably still say no, just for the principle of like standing on what he said. Like, I'm done. Like, it's sort of like with Shawn Michaels. Like, you don't want to have a Shawn Michaels type of match at Saudi Arabia, especially first time he wrestled in 7 years after retirement, and y'all like shit the bed.
Yeah, but Shawn Michaels was in his like 50s at that point. I mean, he
Yeah,
was he was
John Cena is
not.
48.
All right, fair point. Good point. All right,
Like,
let me.
like all of our wrestlers are old, man. Randy's like 56.
No, he's
Or
not. Shut the fuck up.
46. Sorry, he's 46. AJ Styles is 48. Brock Lesnar is 49. Like, these dudes, while still being in like the most physical like prime of their lives, so to speak, on an appearance standpoint,
Yeah,
like I can tell you on the other side, like the next day you're hurting. Like, the
yeah,
recovery ain't the same as it used to be when you're like in your 20s. I don't even drink the same as if I was in my 20s and my teens. Like, it just hits different, and so like it's kind of one of those that like you can want it all you want, and you can put a number out there, but like at the end of the day, like when you have to wake up the next morning, it's just you. There's no more crowds and everything, but but the way he's contracted, like he'll still be on TV. Like, he'll still come out every once in a while. He may do a couple of bumps, but he's not doing a full match. Like, I don't think I'll ever see that happening because of the way that he left this time. Like, it was perfect. You know, it's sort of like how they did Ric Flair. As much as he hated and he didn't want to retire, like, you know, Vince kind of saw for him what it looked like on the other side. I'm like, dude, you're old. Like, you're not in the best of shape anymore, realistically, and like,
yeah,
like it's time for you to retire. Like this, we're trying to do this best we can with what we got for you, and
see, I would say that my disagreement with you on there was that those guys that you listed, Ric Flair, uh, Shawn Michaels, stuff like that, those guys got to a point where they couldn't go anymore. I think with John Cena, he thinks he can't go anymore because he said several times, like, if I feel that I'm at a point where I'm not keeping up to speed, that's when I walk away. So it's not like watching the matches he's had all year. It doesn't seem any different than it has over the last 10 years. But in his mind, he's seeing that he's slowing down, which I mean, fair enough, dude. You're the one who knows your body, your everything, your recovery. I get that. So I I could see that. Let me ask you this, Lathan, as a fellow Zennial, millennial, early millennial, is John Cena on the Mount Rushmore of the WWE?
has to be hands down. There's no debating that. There's no debating that. Like it's okay. So I've it did. All right. So I'll rephrase my answer to your question, and this is what we're probably leading into, and for foreshadowing another question that's going to be answered or asked. John Cena is a goat. He's not the goat. So, and when I say that, I mean for context, like you can look at the championships. The championships are the thing, right? But if you look in the broader spectrum of things, like it's sort of like I hate to say it, the LeBron versus Jordan debates about which one is a LeBron a GOAT in comparison to Jordan. And it's like, okay, we're talking about titles. If that's the case, then it's not Michael Jordan. We gotta go back even further. You gotta go to the Boston Celtics team for that.
Mm-hmm.
If we're talking, but like when it comes to the business of sports entertainment and wrestling, one of the key markers that always dictate a Mount Rushmore as type of placing is household name recognition. Like, you know, my grandma has never watched wrestling outside of what I forced her to watch when I was like 12. But she knows a Hulk Hogan without actually knowing the match.
Yeah.
She knows a Macho Man. She knows a John Cena. And so it's like it's the comfortability of saying the name and like the word association. Like, oh, I watch wrestling. Oh yeah, John Cena's on that thing, right? Like, you know, dude, this can't see me guy. We see you. Yeah. And like, or like, oh yeah, I watch wrestling. I remember watching wrestling, you know, with Hulk Hogan was back on there and stuff. And so it's not necessarily the titles that make up the totality of his credentials. It's whatever else he's done on the philanthropist side of it too. When it comes to the Make a Wish, when it comes to doing the acting and doing like the late night show run on Jimmy Fallon and on the other shows and stuff. And so when they put him in the spot he was in, he managed of it and tried to do as best he can. He marketed the business to the best of his capabilities and fulfillment. Way beyond probably what his contractual obligation was, obviously. But, you know, so that's when I look at the bigger picture and the impact John Cena has had on the business side of it, then hands down, yeah, like on the Mount Rushmore, absolutely, in totality. Had some absolutely shitty matches, like, and that's me saying he wasn't the best in-ring performer, but he was the best. He was one of the better entertainers.
Yeah.
When he was on the camera, hands down. You
Yeah.
could always rely on John Cena to do something to make the best of the situation and truly put on the best show. So you left getting your money's worth out of it, regardless of how you thought the booking was going to go. Talent wise, 5 moves. That's all he's got. And so I don't judge his in ring performance as to like a AJ Styles or like a Chris Jericho or like more well-rounded, even like a Gunther. Gunther's an amazing, well-rounded athlete when it comes to the ring. But like, yeah, Cena, wrap it all up. John Cena does end up on a Mount Rushmore. Like, you can't not talk about wrestling without talking about John Cena somewhere.
I agree, and it's one of those. It's really interesting whenever you talk about like the Mount Rushmore argument of professional wrestling, right? So I tend to look at it as the pillars of that industry. So Mount Rushmore, as it goes with the United States, you have George Washington, the first president, the commander of the Continental Army that won our independence, right? You've got Thomas Jefferson, who wrote the Declaration of Independence. You've got Abraham Lincoln, who freed the slaves, gave the country the guidance during the Civil War. And then you've got Teddy Roosevelt, who was the one who established a lot of the national park systems. They're pillars of the country. So
Right.
whenever I look at it in that kind of framework, right? I think John Cena is definitely on the Mount Rushmore because there's so many people that you can put on there as characters that have become so big, like a Hulk Hogan. Well, he's a household name, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he's a pillar. Stone Cold, household name, not necessarily a pillar. I would put John Cena on there as a pillar of the WWE, WWF, because of that guidance through not only the coining the ruthless aggression, which was the follow-up to the Attitude Era, had to take stuff in a different direction that he put on his back and carried. But as a person who was part, the Make-A-Wish, he was able to transcend his character and his ability in the ring because let's be honest, much like Hulk Hogan, he was a lot of fluff versus ability. But he had enough to be able to handle it. Now, would you consider him the greatest company man? I don't.
Hands down. Absolutely.
I don't.
Okay. Looking into it, there's Taker.
Mm-hmm.
That would probably be the most closest to it. Lesnar, but even with Lesnar, he left.
Yeah.
He actually left. Went to go try out for the Vikings. Sucked at it a little bit.
He did not suck at it. He did not suck at it. He actually was one spot away from making that Vikings team, but they had the depth at his position that they just couldn't hold on to him.
Yeah, I know. Then the UFC, and then back at it with WWE. But again, people leave, they come back. They leave and they come back. The only person that stayed throughout the whole entire time, outside of Randy Orton, John Cena.
See, I would put the greatest company man for WWE to be Triple H.
That's different though. You married into the other side of the business.
That dude, no, that guy was so much of a company man that he was ready to fuck over one of the greatest superstars of all time because he wouldn't do his job.
Yeah, I get
Like
it.
I would put Triple H over him as the over him. I would put Undertaker over him. Not to take away anything from him and what he's done as a company man, but I don't think he would be at the top of the list.
He's top 5.
Absolutely. I would
Yeah,
I would I would agree with that.
that's a better conversation to have than the greatest company man.
Yeah. I
Um,
would I would agree with that.
because there's context about where the company man comes from. Like you got Taker, he's your locker room leader, right? So like he's not constantly in the main event, but he's keeping the boys in line backstage
Yeah.
and like teaching and like mentoring the way he's supposed to. You have Paul who like has like a great creative mind for the business. Like, it's when Paul first took over, I liked his creative presence because like you clearly see this is a guy who had plenty of ideas like in his head about where the company can go storyline wise, with giving the right reins to it and putting the right people in line to produce that. Because you're talking about a guy who spent most of the time on the road, while babysitting Shawn Michaels and Kevin Nash, also really pick their brain about like what you can do creatively in the ring and do this and do that and learn how to tell a story.
And
And
Hall, too, don't forget.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and so yeah, Scott Hall, you're right. Sorry, but like they would have all these conversations and then have these conversations, get back to Vince, and like from there, Vince runs with it, doesn't run with it, whatever. But now he's gone. Somebody has to take that mantle, and to Paul's credit, is a really strong mentor to a lot of the newer talent because it's a difference of we had to go through it this way. Here's an alternative way we can also still project and get new talent over without having to really drive them into the dirt and keep them on the road 300 days a year and let them enjoy family time and like being a more empathetic boss as opposed to just a whip cracker. Like Vince. Vince never got into the ring. Vince got into the ring because he was a character in the ring. But Triple H went through the same thing all these new up and comers are going through, and so like he can talk to the business and help promote it differently to where like you want to come to work, you're not miserable completely.
Right.
Like so you're gonna learn. You constantly learn from Triple H. You constantly learn from Sean. And for what it's worth, even John Cena, he took up that mantle and started mentoring towards his later years. So like the company prospect of it, everybody played a different role and showed up a different way. John Cena is your face you put in the media to make it look good.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely. And I think for on kind of a side note here, the criticism that Triple H gets as the head of creative right now, I really think is unfair because he's wrangled by TKO.
right.
And so, whenever he first kind of got the reins before all of that went through, I mean, the product was great, but he's now, it's almost like back in the day with WCW when you had Turner, who they became more focused on Nitro for people who had never been in pro wrestling, trying to control versus letting them handle it. But that I'm sure down the road that'll be a whole different topic. Let me ask you this because I think we're gonna agree, but there's gonna be a disagreement on it. Did John Cena elevate or did he limit other wrestlers.
Oh, he limited the fuck out of them.
Okay. So we're not going to disagree, and let me give you my logic behind it, and then we can figure out. I'm going to have to lean in on this one. So I think John Cena limited a lot of other wrestlers, but let me tell you why. I think he held such a high standard for WWE that he would limit people who he knew weren't up to par. I
Right.
go back to that him and Roman Reigns. That stuff between them when they were going back and forth, that you know, them going at it in the ring, doing on the mic work, right? And I mean, it's something that to this day, I mean, this thing is like 5, 7, 10 years ago, right? Where John Cena and Roman Reigns are going at it in the ring on the mic, and John Cena finally goes, I'm still here because you can't do your damn job.
Yeah.
Where Roman Reigns like lost the script in that moment.
Yeah.
And
Or like it was like when the first Rock interaction for WrestleMania, where he's like, "I don't have to write my notes on my wrist."
Yeah,
You know, it's like when John Cena, to John Cena's credit, like he tries to keep it, he keeps it real. Like
yeah,
that's just is what it. That's it. That's just him. He's 100% authentic. Like what you see is what you're going to get. At least the presentation of a John Felix Anthony Sr. of Westbury, Massachusetts, going to be on TVs, and so and then it goes to what you're saying. Yeah, he held such a high regard for the business. Like this is your job. You are supposed to be the face of the company. Fucking be it, or
right.
don't like be it, or get out the way, and I'll do it until somebody else can come in.
Yeah,
Type of effect, and it worked to his benefit towards the end. But John Cena, like, there was a point where like John Cena was. It almost seemed like he was in the business for himself, or at least the people that were producing were in the business of John Cena for himself. Um, like so, a perfect example is like Edge talked about this a few years ago on In Between the Ropes, where like Jericho and Edge are back there before the Nexus match where he wrestles Wade Barrett, and John Cena's like we already know the ending. John Cena wins this match, but like they were trying to they were like not politicking, but they were trying to push the endorsement of having Wade go over to make the Nexus look stronger, and John Cena's butting up against him, and he just he's John Cena at the time. And for context, like, he is the face of the company. He's almost undefeatable, hence where the Super Cena moniker always came from. But even he walked back after that match and winning and realized, like, oh, I should have let this person win. And so, but it's like, again, it's in the past. It's always in the retrospect mindset when John Cena was in these positions to win. Like some of the matches he won over the years could have clearly been called a different way. We may have had a different outcome, but it could have promoted newer talent coming up in a different way to keep them stronger on TV. I will say in this last couple of years, he's been more on the hindsight of knowing that okay, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, is promoting strong the new class coming in, the newer talent coming up, because once I'm gone, I'm gone. Monday's gonna come, or Friday Night SmackDown's gonna come. I'm gonna be over here shooting a movie. They still gotta put on a product.
yeah.
And so do I benefit the product or do I hurt the product?
Well,
That I love.
let me push back on you a little bit with the Nexus stuff. Like I was a big fan of Nexus. I thought it was a great idea. Loved the guys in it, but in hindsight, and now of course it's easy for us, X number of years later to look back, but was Cena wrong in that because okay, Wade Barrett, great wrestler, great personality, never really got a good handle on a character. I mean, we went from Wade Barrett to the bare knuckle brawler Barrett. We had bad news Barrett. Like he never really got a handle on who he was. You've got Darren Young who bounced around as a tag team guy and he was good wrestler, but he never really showed like a big personality to be able to carry along. Then you had Daniel Bryan, who of course is one of the greatest of all time, but he had already kind of been removed from that group at that point because he choked out homeboy with the
Oh,
necktie.
Justin Roberts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he had choked him out and then he came back and was already on his own. You've got Skip Sheffield from College Station, Texas, aka
Right
Ryback.
back.
Yeah. Uh, who was, now known. The dude is completely out of wrestling, dangerous in the ring, hurting people. You've got like guys like Michael Tarver, who, yeah, no idea what happened. He didn't put them over at the time, but hindsight, that may have been the right decision because none of those guys ended up really doing anything other than a couple of them.
Yeah, but also to that in itself, the main the RV faction of the Nexus, there was only going to be one or two that would have came out of that gold on the other side, and that was Wade Barrett. Like Wade Barrett was set up as a singles wrestler that is leading this faction. Like the faction's going to break down. Like there's always going to be like that's sort of like with The Rock when he took over the Nation. You knew The
Right.
Rock was going to go on somewhere else. And to Wade Barrett's credit, the thing that kind of set him his detriment was like he got injured a lot. Like it just happens when you're bumping around like that a lot of times. But like when it came to the way that the storyline was set up and the way that the storyline was being projected, Wade Barrett should have been like. I can see where John Cena could have said like kind of stood his ground. It's this is kind of like my time to shine type of moment, and like the way I'm built as a wrestler at this time versus them is I can do X, Y, Z, and boom, I'm Super Cena. I win. And you want to leave the crowd going home happy with like John Cena going up against this mega faction. The stakes are on him. He's technically the underdog, but he still rises above and won't give up and will fight to the bitter end. But that then hurts the potential business
Yeah.
of a Wade Barrett, and so it's kind of one of those things where you're playing retrospective, like sideline fantasy booker, but like what could have happened with Wade Barrett if we would have had him go over John Cena, and that could have been a more long-standing rivalry, just like an Edge versus John Cena or Randy Orton versus John Cena, where you come back and tie all of it back together again, but we don't know.
Yeah.
And so that's where it typically comes from.
That's
Whenever I talk
and
about
that's
it,
that idea of like the hindsight is kind of a bitch with it. I get that. Let's go ahead, Lathan. Let's give this match our rating 1 to 5.
this is a tough one. The traditional fan in me wants to give this a 5-star, 6-star match. The match in itself.
All right, Dave. If it was in the Tokyo Dome, it would be a 7-star. So.
No, this match was not damn near perfect, but it was a great match. That this is my 4th time watching it. So it's easily like a 4.8. There were a couple of little things in the ring that kind of took me off it for a second, like the floating dog head. That was kind of weird. But like seeing John Cena so visually calling the match in the ring, and it could have ended like maybe about 5 minutes earlier, 2 minutes earlier at least, with the chokeholds. But overall, for a last match to go out like he did, it was almost perfect. I know like a lot of people online got on there was like, oh, he just gave up, and it's just like, just a quick tap. Like it wasn't no like fighting for his life tap, but like that's where like the purist in me comes out, and I'm like, okay, first of all, the majority of this crowd has to buy these tickets, so they grown ass people that have watched this at least long enough to know there's two things guaranteed when you're retiring or you're leaving the company. The first one is you count the lights going out. Like you don't win because there's no benefit to you winning that benefits the rating system or the business later on. So like the emotional part about it, where I see people like shocked, I can get the kids crying, seeing adults crying. I'm like, I got to man the fuck up. I already knew this was gonna happen. Like nobody gets away from tradition. Like John Cena is the quintessential traditional list. Like if anybody's going to definitely do it, it's going to be John Felix Anthony Cena of Westbury, Massachusetts. So you may not have liked it, but that's how it's going to go anyway. So like, it's like there was a point when going into the match, I was talking to my cousin Steven about it. Excuse me. And I was like, it's not if John Cena's going to win, but how is he going to lose? And flip side of it is too that most people don't think about. He still has to give a speech afterwards. Like he's going to get up in the ring. He's going to say his goodbyes. Somebody that just passed out from a chokehold is not going to want to do that.
Right.
Is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But even with the way that they had set it up in the match, like Gunther gave him like 15 gajillion like clotheslines. His next
power bombs. About
and
86,
power bombs.
86 and a half power bombs.
Yeah, like, dude, like, okay. Then you saw a man at peace with the way that this was going to go down. Like, he gave it all he could. There's nothing else I can give. Like, he's the only thing that's going to come from this match after this, if I don't tap out, is me getting up and him choking me again. Because I'm tired. I'm 40 years old. I'm ready to go. And so it was cool to see him just like smile, take it in at the end. He's just like, all right, I'm done. Cut my check. I'll see you on Peacemaker season 3. So, but overall, wrapping it all up, it was a damn near great match for one of the greatest wrestlers of multiple generations. And so, yeah, so 4.8 is my final ranking.
Nice. Yeah, man, I 100% agree with you on that. I have been going back and forth with my rating this whole time, trying to figure out like a good spot. And here's my dilemma with it, right? Is the match was really good. Like, no question there. Was it a perfect match? No. I think we had too many like power bombs. We had too many Cena hitting his like signature moves and everything. But I get it. I'm not gonna knock them for that because he's gotta hit his, the Hulkster's gotta pose kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to give this match. I think this is my highest rating I've ever given because I did truly enjoy the match, and I think Gunther is one who elevated this. I don't know how many other people could have had this kind of a psychological match. So I'm going to give it a 4.96 because Gunther, yeah, Yeah, and
Yeah.
let me tell you why, man. So Gunther really kind of elevates this match because there were a lot of times that I truly felt that Gunther was in trouble. Like, I mean, we as lifelong wrestling fans, we know that Cena is not walking away from this match as the winner, especially against Gunther. There's other people that he could have faced where it's like, oh yeah, Cena's gonna win this one on his way out. That's fine.
Right.
Um, but they're not gonna have Gunther take the fall while they're pushing him as the beast that he is, right?
Right.
So I knew it was gonna be a loss for Cena. Fine with that. But Gunther, in all the credit to him, really made me feel in certain times where, dude, okay, he's in trouble here. Like he's maybe maybe. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe they're gonna swerve us like that. Like maybe they do it. And at the time, whenever I first watched it, I absolutely hated the smirk and the tap. Because in my head at that moment, you're giving up the story and you're not in pain, you're not suffering where you're tapping out because you're in so much pain.
Right.
And I was pissed off whenever I first saw it.
Oh, we talked about it. We
Again,
texted.
yeah. And again, I had been drinking most of the day at the New Braunfels Renaissance Festival with my wife, kids, mom and dad, my sister, my brother-in-law, my two nephews. You know, we're sharing bottles of mead all around back and forth. Now, keep in mind, my oldest nephew just turned 30, so you know, I was mad in the moment, and I was almost to that feeling of when Brock beat Taker, where it was almost like where you're waiting for something to happen, right? For a flag to be thrown, something to call it back, right? But the more I think about it, the more we've seen it, the more rewatching it tonight, I get it. And you said it perfectly a little while ago, was that Cena, it was almost that moment where Cena realized, like, I've got nothing left. I'm done, but I'm content with it.
Yeah.
I think that was you said it beautifully. Like it was not tapping out because he was in pain or he was hurt or he just couldn't go anymore. It was okay. I'm content.
Yeah, I'm done. Like it's just I'm done. Yeah, and then realistically, I will say though, if it wasn't for the fact that I spent so much dead time driving to Dallas listening to those interviews, I would have probably had the same visceral reaction that most people had at the time. Like I get like, and again, it goes back to what we know. Like we know that when you leave, again, tradition, which is like the word of the podcast, is this is tradition. like the older wrestling fans, true wrestling fans, always know that like there's a tradition of how you leave a business or you leave the company. You leave it better than when you left it, and then if you have it your way, and you leave putting over the next person, which only means that you have to lose because like the show keeps on going. This isn't like any other sitcom where you have like a break. Like we already have you planned for retirement, but now we gotta get ready for Mania. But in the interview with Chris Van Vliet, I set out to say in his interview, he talks about it like, like listen, even whatever the situation may be, win, lose, or draw, you're not going to think about this past a week. Ironically enough, we're talking about a month later, but you're not going to like the fans not going to talk about it a week from now or 2 weeks from now. They're going to be focused on Mania because it's on its way. But we got the Rumble coming up in Saudi. We got Netflix anniversary coming up. So you're an afterthought a week and a half later. And so we move on to the next thing. And so he knew that, like, it's kind of like his mentality going into it. Like, he was, and that's why I figured I understood more why he did it the way he did it. He's like, dude, I'm 48. Like, I only have so much more time left. Like, I've given what I could give to the business, and that's all I got. And so, listening to the interview, you can kind of hear that he was foreshadowing the way that it was ending. And so, if you get it, you get it type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, dude, it's just, when I saw the way it happened, like, of course, yeah, I was like,
no, sorry,
like,
no, you kept saying he's 48 years old, and I'm like, there's no fucking way he's 48. Yeah, no, I just
48,
yeah, he'll be 49 this year. Damn.
Yeah. He was so part of the interview was so if you're absolutely purist and love hearing like people talk outside of the character about the business and about like wrestling life, definitely any Chris Van Vliet interview, you can pick it up and listen to it, and it's so much fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's in like to see like to hear John talk, in a retirement type of way. Like he still was John Cena, but he was like a John Cena that's like, listen, I already know what's going to happen. Like this is just it. I'm done. But he had referred to a conversation he had with AJ Styles going into their last storyline match together, where like they were backstage and like John asked AJ Styles like a simple question and like it helped John make it click for him about like going back out there and wrestling again. And he was talking about AJ Styles and his upcoming like end of his career too. He's like, dude, like, do you ever see yourself like not doing this? And he says AJ just looked at him. He's like, dude, I'm 48. I ain't got much left in me. I didn't gave it all. Like I wake up and things hurt, and it takes a minute to like warm up for life.
Yeah.
Yeah. and then he said, like, just with him just saying it the way he said it, he just got it. Like, our younger years are behind us. We can't keep on doing this. As much as we love to do this, and it's so much of a fun rush to do it, like, I can't. Like, my body physically won't allow me to do what I think I can still do sometimes.
Yeah.
And so, circle all that back up when you get to the end of the match. Why, after listening to that, then watching the end of the match, it all made sense.
Yeah.
Like, and so that's where I was like, I get it. Like, we all got to do that one day. Like, we just got to hang them up. So
yeah, that's kind of a scary prospect.
But it's not the end because like he still has his Legends contract, and like that's the other side of it though, right? It's like,
yeah,
this is it. Like my wrestling career is over. You're not going to see me put on my jorts anymore and come out and do the FUs and all that. Like, but like I'm now going to go see what I can do here.
I'm still part of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still making wishes.
Well, on that note, we are going to make a wish that we're going to grant the wish of all the people listening that this thing would just end tonight. We're going to go ahead and we're going to call it. This was a great match, great time. I enjoyed rewatching it. I really did. Again, and I keep harping on, the Renaissance Festival and all that, but actually we were over after it, where I watched it was over at my parents' house with the TV in the garage. Sister and her family are all there, so I couldn't put full attention to it. So being able to rewatch it has been nice. Watching it with one of my best friends is always wonderful as well. So we're going to end it here. Thank y'all so much for checking us out. We will see y'all in February. Now, keep your eyes open because you never know when we may choose to go live before the Royal Rumble. Hopefully, Lathan will be over here at the house for us to watch the Royal Rumble. They're in Saudi this year, so it's an early Royal Rumble. But we may sit here and share a camera for a little bit and go live on YouTube to just chat it up with anybody who's interested in that. But hey, Lathan, my brother, man, I love you so much. Hopefully we'll be seeing you here soon, man.
Sure. Absolutely, man. You know I'm always down for something.
Absolutely. Lathan, all I have to say is that I'm thinking about cooking wings, and he's already knocking on the door for that.
And it's not because I'm black and I like chicken. It's
I don't batter my wings, so it's not like traditional fried chicken. So thank y'all again so much for checking us out. We'll see y'all in February for the next show. Oh, by the way, holla at your boy.